I brought this plant home, little internship home, to bring peace and unity to my room and a sense of balance. And instead, he just brought chaos. So.
She said, baby, I'm afraid to fall in love. So what if it's not reciprocated? I told her don't rush, girl, don't you rush. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Never know. I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. She said, what if I tell you all the things?
Hi friends, it's been quite an eventful past couple of weeks. I ended up injuring my arm the week before finals week, or actually the weekend before finals for me, which resulted in me having to incomplete one of my classes, and I was considering incompleting the entire quarter, but I just thought it'd be easier to push through and just try everything with my left hand or my non-dominant hand. So that's a little bit of what this video is about. I'm currently in my spring break, so I just finished finals on Friday. It is currently Tuesday. Today I just need to run some errands, go to the bank, get coins to do my laundry and other things, but I hope that you'll join me throughout this little experience of mine, and hopefully this will be something I can look back on and be like, oh, I built resilience, or something that I'm proud of. So we'll see. I'll see you in the next shot. It was actually a really nice day here in Seattle, probably lower 60 degrees. I decided to go to the bank to get coins for laundry, like I said earlier, but I couldn't help myself to get food. I got udon, which is my favorite place to go eat on the Ave. I always get a medium tauntaun to go, soup style, and it's just, I don't know, something about it just makes me feel warm and good, and I really love soups. So yeah, that's it. Something that I've been doing a lot of lately is eating out, and you know what? I blame not being able to cook, but I also blame being scared of the kitchen. Leading up to finals week, I had a couple of assignments that I still needed to complete before any of my exams, and honestly I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be able to complete any of them, given that I wasn't able to write with my right hand, I wasn't able to type with my right hand, and I was just generally in pain. But I ended up being able to do a lot of the things with my left hand. So I had about 5 or 6 things I needed to get done. I had 2 things I needed to get done for my disability studies class, which one was an issue brief, which was a 2-page, basically a fact sheet. And it wasn't too bad. I used Words Dictate or Speak to Text tool. And so I was able to get that done in probably, 2 or 3 days. And then for my final report, that was the one that was a little bit more difficult because it was 4 pages. And so I was getting frustrated with Words tool because you can't really detail punctuation in there. Periods work, but things like commas or parentheses or endnotes don't work. So when you say comma or parentheses, it'll write out the word comma or parentheses, and you'd have to go back and erase. But of course I'd be like, oh shoot, no, I didn't mean that, erase, and then I just get a whole string of text I had to erase. So that was a little bit difficult. Disability studies class, however, I finished it and I was okay with that with my left hand. My other course, Bioengineering 335, is Biotransport Part 2, and it's really a lot of written math, and the notes all require writing, and so I unfortunately had to incomplete that class because the final exam was within the week that I had just gotten injured and I wasn't able to write at all. For my Bioengineering 337 class, it's a laboratory class, and so I had completed all of the work up till then, so I was okay. But then I realized I had a final presentation to do, and so what really helped me there was using the iPad, and so I just typed really big font with my left hand and then decreased the font later on, so that was a lot easier to do. And since it's a presentation, it's less text heavy anyways. Our presentation ended up only having a couple of words per slide anyways, so that's kind of how it worked out. For my final class, Bioengineering 336, it's about control systems and control theory, and the most difficult part of this class was the Routh-Hurwitz tables that we had to create in LaTeX, which is basically LaTeX by Overleaf is something that you can find online, and it's a way of typing out math equations, math formulas, math text essentially. And I had to, one, learn how to use it, and two, try and do everything with my left hand and debug it, because it's basically trying to code up text, if that makes sense. That was a little bit difficult, it took me a couple of days as well, and so I just was trying really hard to do all of these things while in pain, and in the end it turned out being okay, except for one caveat being that I had my final exam in that class, which was 24 hours, so I had extra time, but it was written, and this was about a week after my injury, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to write yet. I wasn't sure if it would be safe to do so, but I met with my physician on the Wednesday before, and he said I should be fine to do it, and that my only real concern is getting infection. And so I just wrapped everything up. I started writing the exam, and 6 hours into the exam, I was noticing that my skin was ripping pretty bad. There was a lot ripping on this part that was exposing basically red raw skin underneath, which was not very fun. But I was already, so far into the exam, I decided to finish it. So the exam was supposed to take 2 hours. He gave us a 24-hour window. I ended up taking around 16 hours to do it, with the frequent breaks that I had to do because of the pain in my hand. But in the end, I ended up completing everything, so I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful that, eventually this thing will heal and that I can get back to writing and get back to doing more math and more coursework for next quarter. I guess something that I've learned along the way is that it's really important, and I think all of us learned this year actually, is that giving the benefit of the doubt to people, never assuming something because we don't know their situation. And I've been really grateful to my professors and my support system, my friends, my family who have helped me heal and do basic things at the very beginning. I've gotten a lot more independent with my left hand now, but before I wasn't really able to do anything, and so I've learned a little bit more about the ambidextrous life, but got a long ways to go on that front. If you watched the video till this point, thank you for your support, and I hope that you have had a great quarter or semester or whatever part of life you are in, and continue to have great success. And I sincerely hope that you have good health and don't have to encounter a situation like this, and also, acknowledging all of the things happening in the world right now, and that you take time for yourself. With that said, take care and have a good one. Bye.